LAPD in pursuit, a slow-speed pursuit, albeit along Sunset Boulevard, actually on Hollywood Boulevard now, as he makes his way slowly, stop and go, here and there. It's a stolen vehicle that is stopping intermittently right along Hollywood Boulevard, was on Sunset Boulevard, just got on Hollywood Boulevard a short time ago. You can see a full pursuit package right behind him as he continues to toy with these officers, about 4 officers, 5, 6 units right behind him, actually 7 units behind him. There have been units along the way trying to set up for a spike strip to see if he will just drive over it. In fact, here comes another one right there in the right lane. If he continues straight ahead, that Infiniti SUV will strike those spikes, and we will hopefully start to see the tires deflate. I don't know if they've had any successful ones just yet, but there have been several attempts to spike this vehicle, who's continuing to travel at a pretty slow pace here, and now again coming to a complete stop, this time at Hollywood Boulevard. Every time he comes to a stop, you can see LAPD out of their vehicles with their doors open, ready to execute a felony stop. You can see they've got the unfortunate circumstance here of trying to not only predict his next moves here, but also secure these intersections. Look at him going straight over the spike strip. That'll do it. In fact, he might even hit all 4. So we have a really good, solid strike there of the spike strip, drove right over it at a relatively slow clip. And that may be enough to deflate those tires. We will see here. It could be run flats, but in any event, we expect that vehicle will start showing signs of well, the behavior of the vehicle hopefully will start to deteriorate. We'll see if that was enough to do it, but in any event, that pursuit continues. Westbound Hollywood Boulevard at Kenmore Avenue, now rolling down the block again. I expect he will probably come to another stop, as he has been doing now for the last few minutes. Stop and go, just kind of toying with those units right behind him. Don't know how many people are inside the vehicle, but this is a grand theft auto suspect behind the wheel. Again, unclear how many individuals may be in this car. It's believed that this SUV was stolen very recently. You can see more LAPD units at the intersection. Another spike strip set up here. This is at least the 4th or 5th spike strip that's been laid down in front of the suspect, but peculiarly, he keeps just driving right over it. So we'll see if he comes in contact with this one. Not sure how many it's going to take, but look at that. He's going to go right over it. Another one right over the spike. This is wild. Look at that. He's dragging the spike strip under the fender there. It's dragging along the front left tire, the front left wheel there. It's caught underneath that fender. And yeah, LAPD really with not many more options here. He's not even going fast enough for a pit maneuver. It's also a little bit of a narrow part of Hollywood Boulevard here. So a pit maneuver, not really an effective tactic here. But as he gets closer to Hollywood Boulevard, you're going to start to see even more pedestrian traffic, which you're already seeing here. In fact, the entire time he's been in pretty congested areas. It's a Monday night, so not terribly busy, but still enough people out and about that they do have crossfire considerations to take into account. When this pursuit comes to an end, they will have to be very careful with any use of force with all of the people here on the sidewalks. Look at this, another spike strip right there along Hollywood Boulevard in the middle of the street. This could be the 5th or 6th spike, but I would venture to say that he's going to go right over it again. Look at this, speeding up and going right over the spike strip. So this is going to be at least the 4th confirmed spike, and actually that's 5th. Okay, I'm being told now that is the 5th. So we've now seen 5 spike strip attempts, and it looks like at least half of them were dead on. Whether to say they were successful and effective is a whole nother story here, because it's very possible this vehicle may be able to run on flats, and either way at these speeds, even those rims could take a beating, and he can continue at this pace for quite some time. So deflated tires, I think, in this particular situation are going to have a modest effect if this driver continues to play these games, and if he really is intent on just dragging this out and playing this game, is now much more serious. He is now refusing to pull over after coming in contact with several LAPD units. Very unclear how familiar they are with the suspect, but I would venture to say probably not that familiar at all. So they're likely dealing with an unknown suspect here, and quite possibly somebody who may be under the influence. Whether he's armed or any of those details, we don't know, but they are taking a lot of risk here as they continue some interesting tactics with multiple spike strips. The vehicle does appear to be losing air. However, that pit maneuver has now really ramped things up here. Now there's even a person on a scooter following along in this pursuit. Again, we are in the middle of Los Feliz here, just actually on the edge of Hollywood. And he's continuing now westbound on Loma Linda Ave, making a turn now north on Serrano Avenue from Loma Linda Avenue. Still on the eastern edge of Hollywood here. Now moving up towards the hills. Coming up on Western Avenue now as he continues this slow speed chase here. If you're just joining us, we have seen multiple spike strips coming in contact with this, or the vehicle coming in contact with multiple spike strips here through Hollywood now. As he comes up on Western Avenue, we saw a pit maneuver a short time ago that did have the effect of spinning the vehicle around, but not really losing power. In fact, he was able to continue driving right through it, coming in contact with several LAPD units, and then turning off of Hollywood Boulevard. He is now northbound on Western as he encounters even more pedestrian traffic here. Things are about to get a little bit more complicated for LAPD here. Lots of onlookers aware of this pursuit and catching a glimpse of this, this saga now, this slow speed chase that is now coming up on Franklin Avenue, northbound Western, at the vehicle coming to a stop once again here on Western. LAPD prepared for the felony stop. He continues now to drive through the intersection. So continuing through Franklin, northbound Western here, as he continues the stop and go tactic, which does force law enforcement to come to a stop, get out of their vehicles, and then jump back in every time he steps on the gas. You can see the vehicle becoming much more wobbly, and if anything, it's going to have the effect of limiting his speed here, but speed hasn't been the issue with the suspect or at any point during this pursuit, and so the slow speeds will continue here. It's just going to be a much rockier road for him as he grinds into that rubber and starts to tear those tires apart. As you can see, it does look from our vantage point, at least the two left tires and most likely all four tires on this SUV have been deflated. Doing about 5 miles per hour as he cruises through Hollywood here. Again, we were on Sunset when this all started. He ended up on Hollywood Boulevard. Now he's in a more residential section here along Los Feliz Boulevard. And here comes another pit maneuver, that SUV coming up along the right rear, spinning the vehicle out again, 180, and now head-to-head with these law enforcement officers with their doors open. He's going to try and get around here. He's up on the curb. This Infiniti, which is believed to be stolen, now up on the curb with limited movement here. We're going to keep a close eye on that driver's side door. The vehicle was just pitted by the primary unit.